guys, and welcome back to In the Now podcast.
Yeah.
We are your hosts. My name is Signorina.
And my name is Praise.
I don't know why you did that.
I don't know why I did that.
But it is well. We're back. And this is the final.
Oh my days.
The final.
Oh my days.
Episode of the season 1.
That's insane.
It's really crazy.
10 episodes.
Yeah.
We did that.
We actually did that.
We
recorded more episodes.
High
but
five, friend.
They're not out. That's the thing.
Yeah, you never
Because like some of the episodes were rough. I think one episode that we can maybe possibly one day drop is the marriage episode where we talk about marriage because it's funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
Yeah, but I think that we have like better version coming up in the future.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. That one was funny because it wasn't planned.
Yeah.
You know, it was one of those random episodes we were just discussing. And then we ended up talking about marriage.
Yeah.
And brought our thoughts. And we're like, feminists don't kill us. You know? And things like that. So it's really funny. But let's see.
Funny.
Maybe somewhere in the future.
Maybe one day. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, what are we going to talk about today?
Today, we're going to talk about planning your life.
Interesting.
Getting your life together.
Yeah, as we say.
Yes.
Yeah. So why should we plan our lives? Wait, hold on. Planning your life, what does that even mean?
Planning your life means just making plans of all the possibilities. Like it doesn't mean it doesn't mean you have everything figured out.
Thank
you.
You.
It doesn't mean that your life is perfect.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't mean that you are fixated on everything going according to your plan.
Yeah.
It just means that you are not always going with the flow.
Thank you.
You're
like you have
always living in the now. And you have some kind of plan.
Yeah. Although it's good to also like be present and just live in the now and take what life brings to you. It's also really important for you to plan because I feel like if you have a plan, you will have a vision, you will have direction in life.
Yeah.
And you will know what you are aiming at. Because if you don't have anything that you're aiming at, you're just, like you said, going with the flow and anything can come your way and, your life goes a little bit south.
Exactly.
As they say.
Yeah. It's almost like when you are like single and you're looking for like a potential spouse.
Yeah.
Like if you have no idea what you want in a man or in a woman.
And what you need.
You're probably going to just take anything that
You'll
comes
marry anyone.
your way.
Yeah.
You will end up with trash because you never sat down to think about what you actually want in a man or in a woman.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same thing with life.
Exactly.
If you don't take a moment, like it doesn't have to be like a long list of a 10-year plan, 15-year plan.
And that's tough. 10-year plan, that's tough. What do you mean? Where were you 10 years ago?
I was in diapers. No,
but you get the point. Like 10 years is a long time.
It's a really
Even
long time.
5, it's a long time.
Yeah.
We'll be in our 30s.
That's insane. That's
anyway.
insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, it's really important to just take time to think about what you want. Like even in this year.
Yeah.
Like, this is February. So just sit down to think about what do you want to achieve this year?
Exactly.
Like, what are you looking forward to do this year? So it's really important. And one thing that I heard someone say like a while ago is that if you don't see something, you will never have it.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah.
I've heard that. Like if you can't see,
if you
cannot
can't
have
see,
it. Yeah.
Like the possibility of you having it, it's almost like
if you can't imagine it. Like let's put it that way because it's hard for people to understand. If you can't imagine it and you imagine you having it, it's almost impossible.
Yeah. So you don't actually have to have it like in front of you.
Yeah, like physically.
Like if you're not able to imagine it,
what would it be like?
Yeah.
What would it look like?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'll never have it. So just start with that. Just start with like imagining where you want to be, what you want to do, who you want to be.
Yeah, there's this minister that talked about the fact that God gave us imagination, like the power of imagination.
So
and we're not
powerful.
going into like, manifesting this, manifesting that. We're not talking about that. We're Christians, right? But if God gave us the ability to imagine, the ability to like foresee, then it is for a purpose, you know. Then we have to like use that to see things about our lives, things that we want to attain. Like if you can never see yourself having a family, it's very unlikely for you to, you know, get to that point and you have a family. If you can't see yourself excel in your career or even have a career, it's really hard for you to stumble to these things. So that's like, I think when we talk about direction and vision, it really keeps you grounded and it keeps you focused on this one thing in this our crazy generation that no one is focused, no one can focus in it, you know.
Okay, we have a big problem. Honestly,
it's tough.
It's really hard.
Even self-discipline, it's tough.
It's so hard. Even for me, like I notice and I'm like, girl, you have a big problem.
You need to focus. You need to sit down. Exactly.
Just focusing on one thing and being disciplined and seeing something true
and finishing one thing.
So hard.
It is genuinely, it is like finishing one thing, you know.
So imagine in a generation like this, if you don't make plans, you are just doomed.
Literally. And the funniest thing is that every time I've like told people I plan my life, not every time, but a few times that I've told people, my friends and other folks that like I have to go home, I have to plan my life. Like people have literally laughed at me. Like there's one of my friends literally laughed at me, you know, about the fact that I planned my life. And then later on, like I think it was on my birthday, she made a video like just you know, congratulating me and stuff like that. And she said in the video, confessed in the video, not in person, confessed in the video that like that really touched her and she went ahead to plan her life because I think like she understood what it means to plan your life. It's not that you can write what your life is exactly going to look like in 10, 20 years. Like that's impossible. Things happen every day.
That's
like
so true.
Like things happen all the time. You can plan that, okay, my week is going to look like this, but then someone needs something. You have to go somewhere. And then your plans are like, you know, not scattered, but they're changed. So like in that same way, you can plan your life, but you have to give room for changes and things like that. But let there be a plan. Otherwise, you like, what? Every week is just going and you don't even know what you're doing. It's crazy.
But when you say plan my life, like I hear you saying, I have to go and write things down.
Thank you. Exactly.
Because after you're done imagining, after you're done thinking,
praying, everything,
praying, whatever, you have to write it down.
Write the vision, make it plain.
Yes, that's a Bible verse.
You
really have to write it down because sometimes you forget.
Literally, of course.
You forget, and because you're a human being, you're going to forget. And if you don't, it's almost like whatever you don't write down is not important enough to you. Because think about it. Like when you have a brilliant idea, you think, oh, I have to write this down before I forget.
Exactly.
So whenever record it or somehow put it down. But if you have a vision for yourself, for your future, and you don't see it as something important enough for you to write down, record, put down somewhere, then you are joking with your life.
And that's actually such a powerful tool, just writing things down. There are scientific proofs that when you write things down, you remember them better. Right? So you actually have to like have the habit, especially if you are aiming, you know, far or high in life, as I usually say. You have to like have that like as your, you know, secret weapon, you know, in a way. You have to be able to write things down because sometimes we feel like, oh, I'm going to remember, like, let me not write anything down. But people should make it a habit to write things down, to record things, to remember it. Like, for example, if you have a dream and it's something crazy, you record it so you can remember it because you're not going to remember everything. So that.
And another reason why writing things down is really important is because sometimes you get discouraged.
Absolutely.
Sometimes, like in the heat of the moment, you have this amazing idea and you feel like I'm invincible. I will achieve this thing.
Exactly.
And then maybe you go through a rough patch.
Exactly.
And then you forget about that dream. But once you see what you've written down, like it gives you a boost. Like it gives you strength to go on. It reminds you of what you can achieve because maybe whatever you went through in that season of your life just made you feel so low and made you feel so like insecure or whatever. But once you see what you've written down and because you are the one that wrote it down,
Exactly.
like it gives you a different kind of motivation and
Yeah.
a different kind of strength.
Yeah. It's so important. Like also when you write the date and the time and things like that, because I journal, from time to time. It's not always constant.
Yeah.
But I journal, and when I look back and I see, okay, this was written 2022 by 2 a.m. I'm just thinking, where was I at that point? Like, not
it
just like
you of where you were.
Exactly. Not just my like physical location, but mentally, like in my head, where was I? What was I thinking? And then like when you see some great things that you have written down, you think that they're not like a mistake, right? You don't write these things by, it's not a mistake. There's a reason why you wrote some things. And like you said, we have low moments. We have days when we don't really believe everything that we planned or vision for our lives. And especially when life doesn't go according to your plans. Especially if you thought that by 25 I would have this, by 30 I would have this, and you don't have those things. It's really easy for you to just give up and be like, that vision, maybe I was wrong all the while when you actually weren't. It just took more time, or it's taking more time rather, But when you write things down, you're able to encourage yourself, just like in the Bible, David encouraged himself in the Lord. You're able to, call those things to your remembrance, because our human brain, we can't remember absolutely everything, and when we talk about, planning and writing things down, as a teacher, I've noticed, like back in the days before university, I never used calendars, physical calendars, never. But during uni, I had to get one because I was like, there's too much to do and stuff like that. And even as a teacher, and thank God that I did, because it's helping me today, like as I'm working, right? But I just noticed that it's really like when I look at, for example, a week and the next week, like I look at everything that we've done. I'm like, there's no way I could have remembered this, that, and that if these things weren't written down. And sometimes, especially when we go like forward, we plan ahead, because as teachers, we have to plan ahead a lot. So sometimes you go a month like ahead of your schedule, and then you just see that I would have never remembered this thing. I would have never remembered that thing. And it's literally the only reason why it's in my head. I know that I have to get this thing done. I have to do this thing, is because I wrote it down. And I'm able to do it then when that time comes.
That's so good. That's so good.
Yeah.
And I just say, like, one thing with planning and one thing with writing down things is that you have to be really practical.
Absolutely.
Because you can't, let's say your goal is to, I don't even know, like start a business, and you just write down start a business.
You need the system. Thank you.
Like, even if you come back to that thing you wrote down in, like, let's say 5 years, and you read and it says start a business, full stop. That's it. It's not going to help you to actually start the business.
The practical
steps. Like, what are you going to do? Like, what do you need to do? Like, who are the people you need to get connected to that will help you start this business? Like, do you have to get some kind of like certification? Maybe are you at a stage in your life where you could go to business school, for example? Or do you need to save money? Like, is it more practical for you to just work and save money and start? Or do you want to get a degree?
Because starting a business, that's the goal, but that's not the journey. That's not like the system that should be in place, because you have a goal, but how do you get there? So even as we're talking about planning your life, and for example, having a 2-year plan, having a 5-year plan, generally I don't have a 5-year plan like that written down, but like 1 year, 2 year, like I have to kind of see a bit, because to see 5 years ahead is actually tough. Obviously you have the main things, but it's not that planned. So Linda would think I'm crazy like that. You are serious when you have the goal, but you also write down the system and how you will get to that your goal. Right?
Absolutely. Like, the thing about taking practical steps is that you might not even like see how you're going to get to the goal. But because you keep taking practical steps. Once you take one step, you get to the next step. And once you write down, maybe going to business school as a practical step. Once you actually get to business school, you don't know who you're going to meet in business school.
Exactly.
You don't know who's going to be your teacher, your professor. Like, you don't know where you're going to go and do like trainings at.
Yeah.
And you don't know like what kind of like amazing internship like opportunities you might get.
Yeah.
So I don't think we should like underestimate the value of just planning and taking practical steps, because like that's where the real like journey begins, so to say. Yeah.
And genuinely, if you don't also execute those plans, you're never going to reach your goals. You're never going to get to the point where you have the things that you desire for your life, because it's really in executing. You can't like I said, things will not just fall to your laps, you know. At some cases, things can just happen, you know, and it's funny that life can work that way as well. But then, you know, I think you need that intentionality. You need to be serious about it. You need to be intentional and pursue those things. And even like with the business thing, like you said, it's like you have the goal, but there has to be that something like the practical ways that are keeping you in the journey to actually, you know, achieve those goals that then you have. You know?
And I feel like if you don't take practical steps, it's almost like you really don't believe that you can do that thing.
That is interesting.
You know?
Yeah.
Because if you truly believe that you can open a business and that's something that you can do and you want to do,
move.
you begin to take steps.
Make moves.
You know? So I think like as a Christian, like when you have faith and you really believe that God is going to come true for you, like in a particular area of your life. If you don't actually take any actionable steps, it's almost like you really don't believe that God can do whatever you're asking him to do.
And as Christians, we sometimes like to stay in the place until like God is literally kicking us to move, because he can tell you go and you're still there like, are you sure? Are you sure I should move? Are you sure I should go? When he has already told you to go, right? And I think that hinders a lot of us.
Absolutely.
You know, I think we need to, even myself inclusive, I need to really just be doing, like less talking and more doing.
You know? Because there are so many excuses.
Exactly, and forever you will have excuses. You will have excuses. You will not run out of excuses.
If you look for excuses, you're going to find 1.5 million.
Of course,
excuses.
Of course, your friends, your neighbor, everybody will give you excuses. Why not?
Everybody. You know, like there was literally like a time like someone was praying for me and they were like, literally, God is saying that this is the time for you to do. Like you have been planning, you have stuff written down.
Exactly.
But God is saying go and do. Like start doing.
Exactly.
And you know, that really kind of like it came as a shock to me, because I was like, whoa, like God really wants me to do.
Yeah, of course.
Because you just stay in a place of like, no, like I'm planning. And you think planning is doing. Planning is not doing.
It's not. Yeah.
Because you tell yourself, no. Like, I'm planning. Like
that's the first part.
I'm doing something like I'm doing it. Like I'm planning on starting to do it, but you're not actually doing it. Because like once you plan to a point where you can begin to execute and you don't execute, you're actually wasting time.
You are. And it's not, you know, efficient. It's not beneficial to you, you know, because you're wasting your potential. You're wasting your talent. You know, and you could have moved long ago. You know, you could have gone years and you would have experience and you would, you know, have that, you know, by your side. But now you're stuck in the same place as you were stuck 5 years ago. You know, it's not funny. Seriously.
Like you said, like before we began the podcast, you said that like there's this quote, like the best time to plant a tree
was 10 years ago and the next best time is now.
Exactly. Imagine the fruit you could be reaping if you had planted a tree 10 years ago. But hey, not to worry. The best time, or the next best time, is right now, today, this very moment. Because if you don't do it now, in 10 years, you'll be like, oh, wow, I could have been that. I could have done that. I could have achieved that.
But we need to be more daring, you know. We need to be so much more daring, doing things that scare us, doing things that challenge us, you know. Because what is the point of living life in a box and you can't like get out of it? You are just, you know, you're not doing anything special, you know, because there's so much that everyone has, talents and gifts and things, you know, that we should do. But when we're scared and we just want to, you know, remain, like you said, we're always planning. That's beautiful that you're planning, but you have planned like everything. Now it's time to execute. And also because your plan changes when you move. Your plan begins to unfold. It begins to blossom when you move. And I feel like the actual blessing for that your thing is in the doing.
Absolutely.
Because when you do, I believe that God blesses it.
Absolutely.
Right? It's not just in the, He has already blessed you, the foundation of whatever it is that you're doing. But when you start, when you're planning, but when you start doing, that is where the blessing is.
Absolutely.
That's when doors begin to open.
I was going to say that.
That's where you begin to have relationships and you get connections to the right people that will help you in your journey. But if you don't move, no one will know what you do. No one can come to you and offer help and be like, hey, I want to even support your business.
Exactly.
And things like that. So it's somehow so important for you to do. And this is such a reminder to me.
Yes. I
it's
know.
Such a reminder.
Honestly, same.
Yeah.
Same. Because I get easily stuck in the cycle of
same
planning, and I want to do.
Yeah.
But then I never actually get to the doing part. Because it's hard.
That's the thing I was about to say. The doing is actually hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It requires loads and loads of boldness.
It does.
And just stepping out into
of your comfort zone.
And also out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. And it's challenging.
Yeah. And I think that the fear of failure is also one thing that is holding us down.
Yeah.
But I think one person said that you have to look at failures as opportunities to learn.
Yeah.
Because if you think about failure and you think about this big scary thing, which I think I have that image still in my head, to an extent, you will not do because you're afraid of failing. But if you fail, so what? You learn from it. You gain experience and you can, try again. You can be better next time because you have learned something. It's also an experience, lesson learned.
That's good. That's good. One thing with just planning your life is that you can easily get caught up in this, especially in the social media era. You are seeing so many people doing and so many people achieving their dreams.
Yeah.
And you're maybe you're 20.
That's social media.
Maybe you're 20, 25.
Yeah.
And you're seeing 25-year-olds and 20-year-olds achieving this huge stuff.
Yeah.
And buying cars and houses and making tons of money. And you can think that, oh, I want to be like them. Let me plan and let me do and let me do that. But then it's not really for you. So there is a part of doing and planning. There's also the part of knowing what you need to actually do.
Yeah, what is for you?
What is for you? What is your dream? Because you can get caught up in someone else's dream.
Yeah.
And you think that, oh, he's my age. He lives in the same country. We live in the same city and he's doing this. Or you might think we have the same degree.
Yeah.
We are in the same career. So he's doing this, so I should probably be doing this. But it's not always like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really important for you to sit down and think, okay, what do I actually want to achieve with my life? What makes me happy? What do I thrive doing?
What makes you fulfilled?
What makes me fulfilled?
It's literally when you're pursuing your purpose.
Yeah.
Doing what you were called to do. Because we do, like you said, we do get stuck in living in each other's lives.
Yeah.
In a way. And I think one of the scariest thing is that you're living somebody else's life.
That's insane. That's scary.
When a life is not yours and you're trying to insert yourself in
and
that.
Imagine trying to be fulfilled.
You can never. That's why people are literally depressed. That's why people they can't thrive.
Literally.
Yeah. That's why there are so many issues because people are you can look at a person and be inspired, but their life is not your life.
Yeah.
You have a different journey. And I feel like we need to also learn how to be okay seeing someone else and their journey looks different from yours.
Yeah.
Because we're never going to have the same lives. It doesn't matter who you are. You cannot have the same life as somebody else. Even if you're age mates and somebody's close to you and you live in the same city and things like that.
Yeah.
Your life will always, always, always be different.
Yeah. And you have to be okay with that.
Absolutely. You have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with the fact that your journey is different.
Yeah.
And one thing that will always distinguish you, separate you, is your uniqueness.
Yes.
Your originality. The fact that you are yourself. You don't have to be anybody else. And the fact that you being yourself is okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that is also one thing that we need to understand.
That's so deep.
Because
you need to say that again.
You being you is okay.
Yes.
Seriously, because we tend to look at other people's life way too much. And you feel like, oh, you need to modify this thing. You need to change this thing about yourself. But no, you have to be yourself. I think that the things in your life will work when you are yourself.
Yeah.
Because the things,
whoa.
Short forwards.
Whoa.
Yeah. Things will work out for you when you are you, not when you are somebody else.
That's so good. Like, it's almost like the cliche quote of like, there is space for everyone, like in the sky,
Yeah.
There's space enough for everyone to fly.
Yeah. It's actually true.
But it's so true. Like,
it is true. There is room for everyone.
Imagine the amount of birds that we have in the entire world.
And they're still flying, all of them.
All of them. There's enough space for everybody, like all sorts of birds. And you know why there's enough space? Because they don't all fly at the same time.
Thank you.
And also, they don't all fly at the same altitude.
Thank you.
Like eagles and other birds, they don't fly at the same level.
Yeah.
Not because eagles are better. They're just different.
Yeah, different. And they're living in their lives. They're living their
lives. They're not comparing themselves to other birds. And other birds are living their lives. And they have their own kinds to enjoy life with. And so, like, I think we should stop feeling insecure about things that we have no business feeling insecure about.
Yeah. And I think I wrote one time, like, a letter to myself. Not a letter, but I wrote, like, just journaling and stuff like that. And I wrote there somehow, like, I don't remember what the situation was, but I just remember that maybe I had a conversation with someone, and they, like, made me feel bad about what I desire, right, in life. And then I wrote down to myself that never let another person's opinion, like, change your life, the things that you desire in life, and how you desire things in life. Because people can say a million things, and because you're insecure, you will change your desires, you will change your life, you will change yourself, and then you're living their version of you.
Yeah.
What is the point in that? And you're still miserable. You're still
unhappy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's the point in that?
Yeah, because sometimes you can say, well, I have dreams, but then you tell your dream to someone and they make your dream feel so small.
Thank you.
And feel so insignificant. Yeah. And that is not okay. Because your dream is your dream.
Thank you.
If, like, for example, in this crazy world of crazy, like, toxic feminism, people can make you feel like being, like, a stay-at-home mom is some kind of, like, shameful thing that you should never desire.
Not.
But girl, if that's what you want to do, do you.
Let the feminists cry.
Like, don't let nobody make you feel like your dream is invalid.
No, because that is beautiful.
Yeah. If that's what makes you happy and you want to completely dedicate your life to raising your kids and, be taking care of your husband, that's amazing. Do you.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be a singer and people make you feel like it's a ridiculous dream, don't listen to them.
Exactly.
Exactly. Even if you never, like, blow up, like, I don't even know, like Beyonce, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
we
don't
listen to her anyway. Yeah. What actually matters is that you achieved what you set up to achieve, and it makes you happy and it makes you fulfilled.
Yeah.
And whole.
But that's the thing. You will never be satisfied unless you live your life.
Yeah.
That's just the thing. You will not, you know. You can take inspiration, like I said, but don't try to be another person. Don't try to take everything from them.
Absolutely.
Because it will not work. You are unique. You are yourself. You know, you are special in the way you were brought up and everything. Like, everything adds to your story and makes you who you are, right? So your life is always going to be different. You can't, even if you twist yourself out, however you want to twist yourself, it's not gonna change. You are you, and you have to embrace that, really. Because people in this generation, they want to be something else. They want to be somebody else. And they're changing everything. Everything. Stop changing. Be yourself. Be the person that God created you to be. Genuinely. Let me not go in one direction. You guys will come and finish us.
Anyway, but genuinely, speaking of being you, who are you?
Oh gosh.
Like, what are, like, you don't have to tell us everything.
Yeah.
Don't tell us everything. But, like, who is you? Like,
who am I?
What do you want to, like, achieve? Like, what are you looking forward to? Like, what are you planning?
Yeah. I think it starts from, first of all, knowing who you are right now and knowing who you want to be in the future, or what do you want to look like in the future.
Yes.
Because you're still you, right? But, you know, I wrote things down. Let me actually quickly cheat because, you know, let me not talk, you know, crazy things over here. But my first thing, like on my list, was definitely, I want to have my own family. I want to be married. I want to have my little kids, you know.
Oh my
I want
God,
to have a husband.
Minirina.
Yeah, or my husband.
And your husband.
Exactly. But, you know, I want to do that, and I want to build my life with my spouse. I want to have my own nuclear family, you know, as beautiful as it is to live in like community. As Christians, we have community, we have church, we have people, we have friends, we have everybody, we have family, like, you know, your mother's side, father's side, we have family. And that's beautiful. It's amazing that we get to have that. But then your own, I don't think that there is nothing like that.
There's nothing
like your
that.
own family.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Like, I genuinely want to have that. And that is like, I think, the top of my list. Obviously, career. I want to expand. I want to grow. I want to be even better. I want to work with kids. I want to work with young adults. I want to work with teenagers, like help people. Like, I've always seen myself working and like helping people, you know. I think that's just my passion. My passion is definitely people. I love people, you know, and I want to see people thrive. That's just, you know, I think that's how I've always been. That's how I've always been, you know. And I just want people to do good. That's one of the things that I desire. And let me quickly. Oh yeah, traveling. Oh, I need to travel the world. I need to, you know, expand my horizon. I need to, you know, do a lot of things. And then also all of my like passions and desires, which I'm not even going to dive into, but there's so many things that I'm passionate about, and I'm just excited to use my creativity to encourage others, to make other people's lives better, you know. And just, I guess, me being present, like right now and even in the future in people's lives, so that could make a difference in somebody's life. It doesn't have to be anything super crazy, you know. And I don't know if I've really explained it in a way that people would understand. And it's even fine because I don't want y'all in my business anyway. But you know, I think these are the things. But definitely one of the biggest things is just the fact that I get to help people, and especially youths, young adults, and children. And by the grace of God, even mothers one day. When I'm a mom as well. Yeah, for sure. And I feel like my career has to do something, like it has to do like something with it.
Yeah. Because you can't take parents away from kids.
Absolutely
like
not.
When you're working with kids, you can't take away working with their parents.
Yeah, because parents' role is so crucial. It's so crucial, like literally.
Yeah.
And it starts from when they're babies. You know.
So it's almost like you guys are working in a partnership together to raise these
Absolutely.
kids.
We always say we do. What is that?
Like a partnership.
Okay. Yeah, like we do partnership with the mothers, with the parents, with the fathers as well, please. You know, with both of them, you know, because it's important. It's for the child's well-being.
Yeah.
So like all of these type of things. So if you ever see me anywhere talk and be in conferences and all of that, just know I'm doing what I love to do and I'm helping. That's what I want to do.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thank you.
Honestly, same.
Yeah, I know, which is funny.
Same. Like actually, when I wrote down like my plans and like, you know, what I envisioned for my life, like as much as I want a family and I want to be married and have kids and stuff, but then I was like, I have to put career first just because I don't have a family right now.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's prioritizing and also where you are at right now.
Exactly.
But when you have a family, what about then?
When I have a family, oh my God.
Exactly. That's my point. But because there is no family right now, you know, obviously,
I have to prioritize career
because that makes the most sense. Thank you.
Because and the reason why I want to prioritize career, like as long as I'm single, is because it's going to help my family life.
Obviously. Yeah.
Because if I'm a bum, if I am a bum,
oh my God.
And then I get married.
You're still a bum.
I'm still a bum. So
by God's grace, that's not going to be the case.
Exactly.
But you are not evil.
I'm not. No, I'm not. But anyway, what I'm saying is that I never want to be restricted in my career
Okay.
That's why I want to get a master's degree.
Yeah.
And see how far I can go in my career, because
Yeah.
I really would hate to be restricted in my career, not because I want to be like the best or whatever.
Yeah.
It's because I don't want to be ever restricted in what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, imagine that I want to travel to somewhere or like go help like maybe like people living in like rural
people living in rural.
So like imagine English. Imagine I want to go help some people like living like little villages that don't have access to good healthcare.
Yeah.
And they tell me because I don't have a master's degree I can't go there and that they wouldn't take me. That would suck.
You know what we should do in the future? Any chance we get, like generally, if you go somewhere taking care of like health and stuff like that, let me come with you.
Yeah,
because I'm a teacher. Let me teach my little babies. Exactly. That would be because I think that in life you need to use your skills, your talents, your career, your degree, everything for you to make other people's lives better. That's why we are on this planet Earth. Yeah. I mean, also to make heaven, but to extend the love of God. Yeah. Hello, we are like His hand extended. So. Extended that love. We love because He first loved us. Yeah. So.
But anyway,
what else?
My career, and then I want to have a family.
She want to have a babies.
I want to have like my big baby and then my little babies.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, yeah.
Stay focused.
Yeah, let's stay focused. Yeah. But yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah, of course.
Not just for the fun of it, but I genuinely want to find that person that it's really something amazing to be like loved, wholly, and in a wholesome way.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that everybody needs to marry. Some people just don't want to, and that's okay.
Their business, though. That's the
relax.
That's the business.
Relax.
Because I would know that.
Relax.
Yeah,
but what I am saying is that that's something amazing and that's something special. That's a special kind of love.
It is.
I want to experience that, and I want to be that for someone because I will also have to. Love that person wholly and love who they are and not who I want them to be. Wow. So I can't wait for that stage of my life. I can't wait to raise kids. Yeah. And impart in them all the things that I've been privileged to know and receive from my own parents and even from people around me right now. And I can't wait to build that little village of people around me that I'm
How many kids do you want?
How many kids do I want? Honestly, I feel like because I have 2 brothers and it's just the 3 of us, I feel like 3 is a good number.
3 is a perfect number.
3 is a good number.
3 is perfect. Yeah. If you get the 4th one, we're not mad at it. We thank God, hallelujah. Yeah. But 3 is perfect.
And I feel like I might have twins because I have twins in my mother's side and father's side.
I would love it. I will come and carry babies. If you give us twins, us, everybody that is in your life, us. If you give everybody twins, we're going to be very happy.
Yeah, but that would be amazing. But anyway, and of course, I want to do music. I see myself doing music, and I see myself, and not just music as in being a singer and just being in this box of a singer. I see myself doing stuff with music.
Absolutely.
And I've talked to people about plays I'm working on, doing things like musicals and stuff like that, and just theater and things like that. So that would be amazing.
That's amazing. And you kind of look like those theater people right now.
I do.
Yeah. You have
my scarf. I feel like my scarf is giving Jack Sparrow
a bit
from the Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, I'm giving Jack right now.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like you said already, just helping people. I really want to work with young people because I feel like there is so much that I went through in my life when I was younger that like if someone had just helped me, like it's if someone had just like shown me the way, and if someone had told me that hey, it's not that deep. You
like
will
if you
be
can have
just
access
fine.
to people,
Yeah,
like access to people that are older than you, can guide you,
yes,
and all of that, like mentors, people that you trust and can be trusted.
So I want to be that for like the younger people.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so that's that. I'm looking forward to all of that. I'm just praying and hoping and believing that God is going to actually give me the strength and wisdom to start doing.
I mean that, he for sure will. And then as he tells you to move, you move.
Yes. But yeah, that's that.
I
don't know. I think that's it for this episode.
That's a lot. And that's it, I think. But plan your life. I think that's the main point of this episode, is just to plan your life, because if we never planned, we wouldn't be sitting here right now.
And also dare to dream.
Yeah. And dream big.
Dream big.
Dream big.
Dream big.
Don't allow your circumstances to make you think small, you know, because you will not go far. Dream big and do things. And especially when you execute, you get to see that big dream becomes a reality. Like you see it unfold. And it's important for you to continuously see that thing that you desired, you dreamed about, is possible. Like it's getting, like the big huge mountain is getting smaller and smaller. That experience, you need to have that. And also because it affects you mentally a lot, you know, because it's also like a mental thing, you know, that you need to work on. So that plan your life. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but just write down things that you desire. And also the reason why it's important for you to write down things is because you can compare, or you can like check your notes later, like what we said before, and see that these are the things, exactly the things that I wrote down for myself. Like you have a reference point, which is very important. Any final words?
Final words? No.
That's it.
See you in the future.
See you in season 2. Season 2. Do you know what's funny? We've not really talked about season 2 like that.
We haven't.
We've planned some of the like episodes and things like that, things that we want to talk about, right? But we've not really talked about when we're going to be back.
You know, I think we need to do a separate video, like a kind of a trailer
where we talk about season 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So guys,
let us go plan. Exactly.
Let us go plan.
Let us go rest as well, because we gotta take a rest. We're taking a minute break and we'll be back. For sure. We'll be back, you know. And what an exciting journey. Seriously.
Yeah.
And we've been consistent.
Yeah.
Except for that 1 week, and I'm sorry for fault. But still, like, can we just appreciate ourselves?
Yeah.
Like, tap yourself in the back. Thank you, let me tap you too. For the fact that we've been consistent.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for being consistent.
Good job.
Seriously.
Yes. And thank you guys. Thank you guys for all the support.
Encouragement.
We see you.
Yeah. We definitely do.
Thank you so much.
We love it. We love it here. All right. See you in the next episode.
Season 2.
Next season. Sorry. Because you said the other episode, like the extra one. But let's see what we're feeling. But see you in season 2. That is insane.
Season 2. Wow.
All right, we're out.
Okay, bye.
Bye.